I think we can all say now that Goldberg's comeback was awesome. He did good business, was a huge hit with the fans, and it was just nice to see him. Like an old friend coming home to give you a hug, and then spear you out your shoes. It worked though, and while the whole part-timer debate will rage on forever, it made for more interesting and more importantly fun TV. And if I'm having fun, I'm a happy man. There are some guys out there too who could easily follow in these footsteps. They may be getting up there in terms of age, but are still more than healthy enough to return for one last go around. So let's make that happen. I'm Simon from What Culture, and this is 10 inactive wrestlers who could do a Goldberg. Number 10, The Undertaker. So The Undertaker is retired, right? Well, maybe. Truth is, we don't know. While it was cool he left his hat and coat in the ring at WrestleMania and then melted into the rampway, no one actually knows for sure what his plans are. It would be a good way to go out, but with the right idea and right program, the dead man could easily return. And that's what he does best, right? Epic comebacks. I do think it's fair to say that going away forever was the intention. With plenty of miles under his belt and nothing more to prove, the real-life Mark Calloway deserves some time away to heal up and rest. He's put himself through a lot over the years. But you know deep down you'd be up for seeing him again, and if WWE did leave it a suitable amount of time, so not just at next year's WrestleMania, I think that'd be excellent. A trip down memory lane with one of the greatest of all time. No bad thing. Number 9, Christian. The strange thing with Christian is that he never officially retired from the WWE. He left the company in 2014 due to multiple health concerns, but has never actually said, yeah, I'm done. So does that mean he could come back for one more match? Admittedly, this may not have the same impact as someone like Goldberg, but Captain Charisma was always a highlight, and I think one last big match would be a fitting end for both him and the fans who liked him. Given I am one of those fans and that I would like to see this, well, that's all the proof you need. I bet he can still go too, unlike some others in this list who may be a bit hampered by Father Time. He's only 40 as I say these words, he's the same age as John Cena, and he ain't going anywhere anytime soon. Number 8, Daniel Bryan. WWE says Daniel Bryan has had his last match. Daniel Bryan keeps suggesting that's not true at all, so who knows what's going on here. But given he's only 35 and still very much involved with the pro wrestling world, there are a lot of people who think he has one last run in him at the very least. The real question is where this would happen. If WWE is adamant he can't do it there, then he will look elsewhere, but no one said doing a Goldberg has to go down under Vince McMahon's watch. Maybe he does the same in Ring of Honor or New Japan. We'd all go and watch it. Number 7, Trish Stratus. When Trish Stratus left the company as champion in 2006, she did so with pretty much a clean bill of health. She walked away to focus on other things and become a mum, so it's not like there's anything preventing her from returning, and it would be good if she did. The current women's division is probably better than it ever has been, but it needs more bodies. That's why Mickie James was drafted back in, why WWE could do a lot worse than applying that same idea to Trish. Even if it was just one program with an Alexa Bliss or Charlotte, I think we'd all eat it up, and if she could do the honors for one of them in the process, well, that's even better. Number 6, Sting. Now, this one is a long shot. For starters, Sting is almost 60 as of recording, and while that doesn't mean he's too old, it is a stat we have to throw out there, especially because he left the WWE first time around due to injury. The thing is, his run there was just too damn short. Say what you want about the Triple H and Seth Rollins matches, but seeing Sting in a WWE ring was just awesome. Having to leave the way he did, well, that's just not right for a legend like Steve Borden. Deep down, I don't think his neck will allow him to return, but if I had told you a year ago that Bill Goldberg was coming back, you'd have laughed in my face. So let's wait and see. Number 5, Batista. Genuine A-lister Hollywood superstar Batista wants to come back to the WWE. But for some reason, Vince and co aren't interested, and this is madness. Aside from being a former world champion, Batista is probably in the position now that he would bring new faces to the product. That's exactly what WWE needs at the moment. Sure, his 2014 return wasn't the best, but that's over 3 years ago now. No one can remember what happened 3 days ago, let alone back then, so forget all that and bring the animal back properly so we can all say goodbye. The man himself said he'd only be interested in a program with Triple H, but that's fine. I'll watch that. Two have good chemistry. Number 4, CM Punk. Wrestling fans want to see CM Punk back in a ring, and quite frankly, they couldn't care less which ring that was. Given his tense relationship with the WWE, it's unlikely it'll be for them, but he's still in more than good enough shape to return as and when he sees fit. You can't train for an MMA competition if you're too old and broken, and Punk is doing that daily. On top of that, it would be the wrestling news story of the year, garnering attention from all parts of the globe. It's all in Punk's hands at this point, and I for one would love to see him come back for one last go around. Man was money. Money is good. Number 3, The Rock. I mean, obviously, right? Even with his advancing years, The Rock is in great shape, meaning the door is always open. And of course, he's The Rock. People want to see him regardless what role he's in. You would imagine he gets one more run in as well before officially announcing he's done or going into proper retirement. If anyone deserves a proper WWE send-off, it is the Great One, and you have the luxury that no matter who you put him in the ring with, fans will care. Could be Victor from the Ascension and people would still tune in. That's how over The Rock is. I'd say we will get at least one more match with him before all is said and done. Make sure you leave a comment below to let us know who his opponent should be. And don't say Hulk Hogan. Number 2, Shawn Michaels. Somehow it's been 7 years since Shawn Michaels hanged up his boots at WrestleMania, and how that's possible is anyone's guess. The problem is, it doesn't look like anything is ever going to entice him back. Even the offer of a match with AJ Styles wasn't enough to make HBK bite the bullet once more. And if he wasn't ready to risk it for all that, who would he be willing to do it against? Thing is though, Michaels can still go in the sense he doesn't have any proper injuries stopping him, and he does still seem to be in pretty good shape, so you can never count this out, as far-fetched as it may seem at the moment. Number 1, Kurt Angle. The best thing about Kurt Angle coming back to the WWE is that apparently the plan is for him to have a match at WrestleMania 34. That is awesome. Now, we don't know that is 100% the case, but all Angle has to do is pass a physical test and he'll be given the green light. And if that isn't some damn exciting news, I don't know what is. It also means we'll be treated to a storyline where the current Raw GM starts falling out with a member of the roster, allowing us plenty of time to realise where this is going and that he's going to step back in the squared circle. And then when he does, it's party time.
It's time, once again, for everybody to buy a magazine, please. Yes, that's right, it's issue 5 of our wonderful magazine called Wrestling, and this one is an absolute belter. As you can see from the front cover, it features a massive career retrospective of the Olympic hero, Kurt Angle. Not only that, but it's got a How WWE Should Have Booked the Entire WrestleMania 32 card, written by this 6-foot streak of charisma. The bulk of the magazine is this huge top 100 greatest WrestleMania moments of all time list. Not just that, but you've got Shawn Michaels' crimes against wrestling. You've got the top 10 greatest wrestling managers of all time. You've got columns from Jim Cornette, Tom Pritchard, Shane Douglas, and an interview with the WCPW World Champion, Drew Galloway. Issue 5 of Wrestling will be released on April 10th. You can pre-order it now at shop.whatculture.com. Oh, and about our shop, we're currently in the process of moving all of our merch to a new premises. So shipping stuff like t-shirts, that may take a little bit longer. It doesn't apply to the magazines. Once you order a magazine, we will ship it straight away. But for any other items on our shop.whatculture.com, there might be a little bit of a delay for the next few weeks. But don't let that distract you from buying Wrestling. Buy the magazine. Buy it. Buy the magazine.